Welcome back, survivors. I'm Chububbo1, and in this, I think, short episode, I just wanted to talk to you again, because I know I've done this before, about switching maps. And but it seems like every time that I do this, I leave something off that's important. So I want to make sure that if you want to switch maps, that you'll have all the information that you need so that you won't forget something or, more importantly, lose something. And so let's go over a couple of things, and then we're actually going to... These are some things that I think that you need to know before you try to change maps if you've never done that before. Because you could lose dinosaurs, you could lose all kinds of stuff. And so I just want to name off a few things. The first is if you're going to change maps, then you have to do it. If you're on the island and some of the other maps, you have to do it at the Obelisk. And there's a little, it's called a terminal, sticking out at the bottom underneath the obelisks. So there's 3 obelisks on this map, and so there's 3 terminals. Now, there is an exception. Once you get way up, I think you have to defeat one of the bosses to unlock the tech level stuff. And oh, it moved. Okay, but there's an item, and I think that's it right there, and that's called a tech transmitter. And you can craft a tech transmitter, and you can do all this from that transmitter, which means that you're basically building a terminal probably near your base. When I played this on the Xbox One, I had a tech transmitter on all my bases, on all the maps. So I could go back and forth, to whatever map I wanted to with ease, and I didn't have to come all the way down here to an obelisk. So you can only transfer at a terminal under an obelisk or with a tech transmitter. You also need to know that when you leave a map, when you leave a map, so like when I leave this map, time stops on this map. So your dinosaurs aren't in danger of being whacked by a T-Rex or an RG or something like that when you teleport away. Now, granted, this is all in single player. I'm all in single player. But so time will stop on this map when I leave. If I'm in single player. Now, if you're on a server, I think if you change maps, if it lets you change maps, then I don't think time will stop. But time will stop here on the island, and things that you're crafting, things that are spoiling, everything will literally stop until the moment you return. And so thinking of that, when you teleport, you're going to drop your entire inventory. You're going to lose everything in your inventory. It's going to drop in a sack here on the ground. So it's important that you put stuff away, put stuff where you can get to it later, where you know where stuff is. Have I teleported and dropped all my inventory on accident? Yes, several times. That's why I built this little place over here, and I put a bed in it. So if I needed to come back to the red obelisk for any sort of emergency or something like that, I can get here super fast through the beds and fast travel through the beds, and then get my stuff if I left it here. If you leave it here, again, time will freeze, and depending on where you come back in, to the map, when you come back, it may still be here. All that stuff does have a spoil timer when you throw stuff on the ground. So I'll throw these on the ground. There we go. So I've got 2 minutes. However, 2 minutes is plenty of time if I spawned in right here at that bed that I just showed you. And I can come over here and pick it up. So you need to make sure that you are empty-handed when you travel, and that includes, and this is what I forget the most, that includes your armor. Your armor will get dropped. And then this is really, really important because some of the maps, well, because of some of the maps, I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, the really important thing is when you teleport to another map, you cannot return to this one except by a terminal on that other map or from an obelisk on that other map or a tech transmitter on that other map. So like when I teleport to Scorched Earth here in a minute, I cannot come back to the island until I make it to one of the obelisks on Scorched Earth. So if I die on Scorched Earth, then I will respawn on Scorched Earth. I do not come back to the island. And so once you're there, you're there. And that's really important on places like Aberration. Because on Aberration, that's kind of a one-way trip. Once you're there for a long time. Because it is super hard to get to the obelisks. You have to either tame. I couldn't think of the word. You have to tame some certain creatures there, and you have to unlock and build a bunch of things, or make some special tools, or all of the above, and then it really is a crapshoot on whether or not you're going to make it alive to the obelisk, because you're sprinting against time and against humongous, deadly monsters that will literally pop up out of the ground to kill you. And, in fact, I will put a link to a video where I did that on Aberration. I'll put it right up there in the corner of the video. But bam! The other thing that you need to know before we do this and kind of go through the process of what to do is you probably need to back up your game or save your game before switching maps. ARK can be buggy, and if it's gonna be buggy, it's gonna be at that moment when you're switching maps. I remember on the Xbox One, I think the console command was save world, and I did that right before I teleported. Right, so I really am here because I want to leave. The first thing I need to do, my dinosaur, I'm gonna send my dinosaur with me to Scorched Earth, and I'm taking all this stuff with me: a bed, some trank arrows, because I'm going after some thylacoleo, or at least one thylacoleo. I went ahead and got, crafted a bunch of rifle ammo and a little bit of shotgun shells, and so this is all the stuff I'm taking with me, including the bird. Now the bird is going to drop all of its food when I send it into the transmitter. And so what I'm going to do is just go ahead and empty out its inventory. And this is super important. I'm going to take the saddle. If you don't take the saddle, your bird's going to show up with no saddle, and you won't have a saddle. Oh, which does remind me of something else that's kind of important. And this will be the last thing, and then I'll walk you through how to do this. When I teleport myself to Scorched Earth, I will not have access to my RG or any of this stuff in my inventory until I reach the Obelisk terminal or a tech transmitter, which I haven't built anything on Scorched Earth, so there's nothing there. So I have to make it to a terminal to get my RG, to get the saddle, and all this stuff, all the weapons, my armor, all that stuff. Alright, so how do we do this? We'll start off with the dino. So I'm going to come over here, and if you look over on the right hand side of the screen, you'll see ARK data, creatures, and tribute. Right, tribute is when you're wanting to fight one of the bosses. You know, so if I wanted to fight the dragon on the green level setting, this is where I would put all those requirements: the artifact of the cunning, the immune, Sky Lord, the strong, so on. All that goes in here. Do not put your items that you're wanting to use on another map in here, or it will literally go away. Well, that's a lot of stuff. Right? Or it will literally go away and you won't have it at all. It won't be here when you get back. It'll be gone. Gone forever. Bye-bye. So we're wanting to go ahead and upload my bird. So you click on creatures. Your creature does have to be... whoops. I forgot I took the saddle off. Your creature does have to be within a certain radius of the terminal. This circle is bigger than it looks, and I think the radius goes all the way out here to the edge. So you can fit a lot of stuff in here, especially if you're careful. There is a limit, though, on how many you can take. So the creatures, I am going to choose Dusk. Dusk is in the radius. It gives me stats on Dusk. And I'm going to upload creature. This will destroy your creature and lose all of its inventory. Yes, I know that. Doesn't really destroy it. It just puts it in the terminal. Alright? And since I'm on single player, it doesn't expire. I think on servers, there is a time limit that you can have them in there. What that time limit is, no clue. I have no idea. Oh, so right here, ARK creatures. I can have up to 20. Up to 20, not counting me. Up to 20. Alright, and notice Dusk is gone. Because Dusk has been uploaded. Now I need to move all my stuff. So, but first, I'm going to take all this off. Alright, and then this is the frustrating part, is all this stuff has to be moved out of your hotbar. It will not let you put this stuff that's in your hotbar go from the hotbar to the terminal. So now in ARK data, I can't just move it all. I think I just threw it all to the ground. Oh no, I put it all in here. That's not useful. Okay. So yeah, you have to want to drag this stuff over here like this. Let's look at the transmitter. And yeah, this is a slow process. I can bring 50 items. So it's not like you can move your whole base. And you gotta remember, your armor's gotta be in here too. And the dinosaur saddle. Well, you know, I say that about the saddle. No, I'm thinking of bosses. Okay, I don't have to move Helena. So all that stuff is in there. It's in ARK data, not in Tribute. ARK data. Right, so my bird is in there, and all this stuff is in there. And that should be it. All that's left is me and my undies. That was kind of an awkward camera shot. Sorry. And so we're going to leave and go to Scorched Earth. And I'll show you how to do that. And then I love going to Scorched Earth because the music is awesome. Alright, and so let's go here. And upload Survivor. If you want to check, make sure it's still there. It's all there. Burb. Nothing there. That's perfect. Upload Survivor. And accept. Right. It says download. No, we don't want to do that. You're going to hit cancel. And just escape. Escape. Can we get out of this? Alright, how about download and then escape. Cancel. Escape. There we go. Just keep hitting escape. And finally I got to exit to main menu. So I'm doing single player, so I'm going to go host local. Come down here, I'm going to choose Scorched Earth, because that's where I want to go. And then I'm going to hit play. Now it says, do you want to download? Yes, I do. That's me. And I know if you watched my misadventures, I don't know how many times I showed this, but that should get me close to the green obelisk, which I think is around there. We're not going to create a new survivor, we're going to spawn.
This desert wasteland was a turning point for Helena and her allies. It was here that her fellow explorer Rockwell began his spiral into darkness. If only Helena could have seen the threat that was so close to her, where Rockwell's experiments would lead. There's danger lurking beneath these sands, survivor. Seek out this ARK's guardian and find your way to where I'm waiting for you.
Waking up to a face full of cactus. Oh, I'm stuck on the cactus. Nice. Okay, I'm free. Okay, here we are, Scorched Earth. And there's the green obelisk, that's where I'm going. Oops. So, before I die, just a reminder, or let me show you. Well, this is all junk you get when you come in, except for the thatch and the cactus sap. We'll throw that on the ground. We're going to throw everything on the ground. Except the thatch. So I don't have any of this stuff, although I do have all my levels up to that point where I transported. I still have points available for engrams. But now I'm just on a different map. Right, so remember, I don't have access to my armor, my weapons, my tools, or my dinosaurs until I can get there. Which, by the way, I didn't mention it earlier, but I just now remembered. I didn't bring my favorite tools or my best tools. I did bring some tools, but those aren't the best that I have. They're still good, but they're not the best. Alright, and so we're gonna die. Although it is possible I can outrun them. But I've got to find something else for them to eat besides me. Whoa! Or I could I'm just gonna die. Never give up! Never give up! Hey, Parasaur. Got friends for you. Bye. When you start getting chased like that, no, don't run towards me, fool. Run by something else, and maybe they'll aggro on it instead. Alright, so I need to craft this. And can I make a bow? I sure can. Put that there. Come on, Bo. Bo, you're just going in number 2, number 3 slot. Oh man, we're not gonna make it, guys. Crafting 2? I must not have gotten any wood. Alright. We'll get some wood. It ain't pretty. Fiber. Okay. That guy is gonna come over here and kill us. 8. Oh, goodness sakes. What's the point, right? Alright, well, let's go. Careful which berries you eat. I just threw my arrows on the ground. This is why I'm gonna die, guys. There. Okay, let's go. Oh no. Sorry that I'm quiet. I'm scared. I'm scared. Alright, that was too easy. There's probably something lurking in the water here. Sargo or... Wow. Okay, that was the luckiest ever. The first thing I'm going to bring in is a dinosaur. Download creature. Bam! Right. You're on neutral. Your job is to keep me safe. How am I still? We're not drowning. There. Glub, 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 glub. And then we're going to come over here. And then we're going to take all this stuff back. And what I will do this time, you know, I deleted the map last time I was here. I mean, I didn't have anything on it anyway. But this time, since I'm going to have to stay for a little bit, that's not a friendly sound, is... I'm going to put this bed in a little spot here on Scorched Earth. Okay. And so that is how you teleport. Put the armor back on. And I'm feeling safer by the second. And put that on 4. I like that at number 2. And that at number 1. We got it. Alright, so I'm going to go hunting. I'm going to go hunting for Thylacoleo. And thanks for joining me, and I hope this helps you get to new maps and to check them out with your character and without having to start all the way over. I see that raptor back there. And I think the raptor's... Whoa! Oh, see, that's... Get out of that way. No, 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 no. Don't kill the fish, man. Kill that guy. froze. Okay, well, if I survive the next few seconds, I'm not trying to jump, I'm just trying to keep my head above the water. Okay, Dusk, where are you? Sit right over there for, man. Goober. Alright, well, thanks for joining me. That was fun. And I think I covered everything, so I will catch you next time, unless I die.